Hi guys, welcome back. So this is the fourth video of the cards app UI series for Flutter. And in the previous video we had worked till here where we had printed out our title, and we had also put the space here, size box height 20. And now we want to start working on these stars here. So there are about 5 stars and 4 of them are yellow, 1 is white. And then there's some text here. So this is all part of a single row. So this is one row and all of these are different container elements. So let's get started. And all of this obviously is encapsulated inside a fade animation widget, because if you scroll, you can see, or if you swipe between the pages, you can see that there's animation on this as well, right? So we've already worked on our fade animation file, and so this is encapsulated inside a fade animation widget. So after our size box, we will put a comma, and then we'll say fade animation, and fade animation here. For our delay, we'll say the delay will be 1.5, and let's take this on a different line. And instead of child, we'll say row. Like I said, all of those stars are part of the single row. Row has children, and children will be inside. Children will be widgets basically, and each of those children is a container. So all those widgets are containers, right? And so the first container, and then we'll put a comma here. And similarly, we'll have about 5 different containers because of the 5 different boxes. So we'll say container again, third, fourth, and 5th container, right? And then we'll have 2 text widgets. After these 5 containers, which are stars, we will have these 2 text widgets. One will be for 4.0 and one will be for 2300. So we'll say text with a capital T and comma text again. So for the text, we just have to say here 4.0 comma style is text style, colors dot white 70, comma, and here inside this text we'll have 2300 comma style, and for style we'll say text style and colors dot white 38 comma font size 12. All right, so we'll just put a comma after text style. Then you have your text, your widget, and so on. And here, now we'll start working with our containers. So inside our container, the first container, we'll say margin edge insets dot only from right 3 points, and the child will have an icon, and already know the icon will actually be a star, right? It will be a star icon, comma, the first one, obviously the color is yellow, comma size 15, comma here, and comma after the icon. And after this container, obviously, as you know, we'll start working on this container. Now if you are somebody who's new to Flutter, I don't recommend you to copy and paste this entire container. I mean, most of the values in the container will be same, only the color will change, right? It will be just white here instead of yellow, and the last container, and all these 3 different containers will also have this yellow color, so it will be exactly the same. So if you're new, I don't recommend you copy and paste this. I recommend that you actually type it out completely so that you get more used to the the syntax of Flutter. But if you're considerably familiar with Flutter, then you can just copy and paste these containers. But since this is a beginner-friendly video, I'm going to actually I'm going to actually type it all again, so that the more you write it again and again with repetition, you actually become more familiar with Flutter. But you can skip this part if you're somebody who's a little more experienced. You can skip it and just copy and paste and move ahead. So we'll say child again icon inside that, similar to this. So we'll have icon inside that. Again we'll have icons dot star, comma, and color. Again we'll have colors dot yellow, comma, size will be 15. And again inside this container we'll again have margin, we'll have edge, insets dot only, and right 3, comma, we'll have a child, the child will be an icon. Inside that icon we'll have icons dot star, comma, color, colors dot yellow, comma, size is 15. So far so good. Now only 2 more containers left to go. So say again margin, edge, insets, dot only, and right is 3, comma, child is icon, icons dot star, comma, color is colors dot yellow, size is 15. And in the last container we'll have margin, edge, insets only, and from right we'll give it a value of 5. Child is icon, say icons dot star, comma, color, colors dot gray, comma, size is 15, and then comma and icon as well. So everywhere there's an icon, let's just put a comma so that it stays on the separate line even when we press Ctrl S. So we have worked on all of our stars as well as these 2 text widgets as well. And now all we have to do is just put this text, the description text here, and then the read mode text, and that is it, and the app is complete. So let's come to our so 2300, and then after this fade animation you have to put a comma, and then you'll put a sized box, of height 20, right, this space before you put the description in. And after that you'll put a fade animation. So let's say fade animation. The delay in this case will be 2. The child will actually be a padding widget. So we'll say padding. Inside that it has a padding property, so we'll say constant edge insets dot only, and from right let's give it a value of 50, put put a comma there, and child text. We'll put description here, comma style text style. Color is obviously white with opacity of 70%, which will represent with 0.7, and height is 1.9. Font size is 15 per comma here. Right, so basically what you're doing is you're just printing this description that this widget has received, the description that we defined here. This description is just going to, you know, print it out here. That's all this entire widget is doing. And so after this fade animation is over, you'll come here, so text and padding and fade animation. After this fade animation, you'll put a comma, and you'll put another fade animation for the read more text. So let me show it to you first. So this read more text, right? For this you have to put a fade animation here. The delay in this case is 2.5, and you'll put this on the next line. You'll put a text widget here, and the text widget you will say read more, and you'll say style is text style colors dot white, comma, you put a comma here, put a size box, put height of 30. All right, so as we can see, this is the entire code for this app. But then now we have two issues in this file which we have to inspect, and two issues in this file, right? So now let's start and try to find out the issues. So the errors that I can see for the page view, the view v has to be capital, so this error has gone away now. And with the page controller, it's saying that we need to mark it as late. So here before this we'll say late, and as you can see that we don't have any errors in the main.dot file, and we have two errors in fade animation. So let's work on that. So in the new version of Flutter, what has happened is that if there's any place where a value can be null, it'll give you some kind of an error, right? And you can't just leave it like that. So it says the method, this bracket, can't be unconditionally invoked because the receiver can be null. So since it can be null, you can't just leave it like this. So the solution to this is you come here, you put animation in brackets, and you can either say as dynamic or as map. So any of those will work. Once you save it, you can see that your main.dot and fade animation.dot, there's no issues anywhere. So all you have to do now is I've closed my app. Okay, you can see my screen, and here we'll run flutter run, and you have to run this command, no sound null safety, because the package that we're using inside our Flutter project, which is simple animations, requires this to be able to work, otherwise it won't work. And so let's wait a while, and now as you can see, the app works perfectly fine. So if you have any errors and if you're not able to complete the code properly, then do leave that in the comments below so that I can help you out. And otherwise, I'll also leave the link to the GitHub code, so you can just copy and paste from there and just compare your code with that code so that you come to know where the errors are. Thank you for watching, and do stay subscribed to this channel so that you come to know when more such awesome videos come out, because we'll be building many more apps on this channel in Flutter, right? So do subscribe. So thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next episode.